Welcome back to Mad Ginger Customs. Today we're not doing anything custom because my son and his girlfriend brought a project home to me. I don't know. Emma's Subaru blew the head gasket out of it, so she had a relative that had this hog. 2005 Malibu LS V6. And they gave it to her for a screaming deal, but brakes are wasted, needs an oil change, and uh-oh. It's got no air conditioning, and it is sweaty here in Connecticut today. It is sweaty. So let's see if we can't fix it up for her. All right, we jacked this car up, and we got jack standard to the pinch seam, which we taught Evan where the pinch seams are. Oh, that's Evan, that's my son.
Hi.
You may know Evan if you're in Connecticut, because he's famous. He works at Advanced Auto Parts. And if you see Evan at Advanced Auto Parts, ask him for Mad Ginger Custom stickers, because I will make sure he has some. What do we do first when we jack it up?
Well, first thing we need to make sure is that we don't get our heads crushed, so we have to do a shake test.
Shake test.
So I'm just going to grab the bumper, I'm going to grab the side, and I'm just going to put a little bit of elbow grease onto it.
She's good, right?
Not shaking it at all. I can feel the plastic giving way, so it's probably not that.
All right. First thing we're going to do is attack the brake pads, because this thing squeals bad. Like, everyone knows she's on her way, because this thing's like, yeah! Okay, edit that out. All right, we're going to pop wheels off. This side does not have a center cap. And if he was any kind of boyfriend, he'd buy her a new one. But, you know, here he is. I'm just kidding. Get her a center cap. Okay. So that's standard, you know, Chevy front wheel drive nonsense. Nothing spectacular. So it's you need a 14 mil wrench here. You're gonna pop this off. We're not doing rotors because they don't pulse. Frankly, this car is driven by an old lady, so we're just throwing pads on it because they squeal. But the rotors actually look decent, so we're not gonna bother with that. You can, but we're not. So let's pop that off of there. So we're gonna throw that on there like such and not use our hand. We're gonna use a hammer. Give me a hammer. We're gonna test the tensile strength of these Jaegers. They've never reached out to me for me to, you know, be a rep for them, but man, I use the snot out of these things. These are things that are from Amazon. And they say if you break them, you just take a picture and they'll give you a new one. Sorry about the fan, guys. It is sweaty. So whoever worked on this before, there's anti-seize on the wheel studs and on the caliper bolts. Let's see if we can't get this thing off. This car sat for a long time. This was an older woman's car. I think it was a family member of Evan's girlfriend. And she doesn't drive anymore because she's, you know, not able to. Evan, these pads are like brand new.
Are they really?
Yes.
No way.
These pads are like brand new.
Let me see.
So boys, what's squeaking if that's not it? Is it the back?
No, it sounds like it's the front.
It sounds like
it does sound like it's the front.
All right.
Now it could be the back. Oh my god.
It could just be because these are glazed. These things look old as hell. Break those things out. We're going to replace them anyway. These are actually starting to check a little bit. You know what? We're going to throw them on. Evan already bought them. Right, Ev?
Yep.
You good with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, is it?
They're cheap enough, right?
They're $70.
How much were they?
$70.
$70 you paid for brake pads?
These are the high quality brake pads. The cheapest ones were $40.
You should have bought the $40 ones.
No.
Boys, tell them.
No. These come with the clips. These come with the grease.
He wants me to put the new clip. I'm not putting the new clips on.
Alright.
We're going to grease the pins.
Yes.
And we're going to close this in. But man, these things, that looks dead new. Boys, what do you think? That's like a brand new pad.
The high quality ceramics.
Is it because the thing was so old, maybe? I mean, these are CarQuesties from Advance. But they come right out. And this not anywhere near the squealer, see? Now guys, if you look at this, this is usually what makes the noise when they squeal. If you're not on the brakes and this is riding on the rotor. The other reason they squeal is because the piston shakes against the back of the pad, or the caliper on the other end does this. And that's what makes the squeaky noise. That's why you use this stuff, which is like silicone. You can use like RTV or something. You can even use duct tape on these. We are going to change these because Evan bought them. But, buddy, I don't think that's the squeal. Maybe it's dust.
Do you want to take off the back one?
Dust cover?
Well, you don't take off the back one test?
Well, I mean, let's just finish these and do these first.
All right.
So Evan's got multiple clips and doodads over here. And grease. Look at you. I got ceramic brake grease. I don't need your crappy grease.
This is ceramic brake grease.
We have this, which is high temp ceramic brake grease. So anywho and way, sorry about the fans. I already said that. Anti-rattle clips. Pop them out. These keep them from shuffling back and forth. So pop them out. This is the new ones. They got some type of coating. Maybe they're like special. I don't know.
It's like they're rusted.
Maybe. And then we gotta bang them into the holes. Oh, actually, they go right in. Okay, that's bottomed out. That's bottomed out. You gotta make sure these aren't touching the inside. Grr. Make sure they don't touch the rotor, because that'll squeal too if it touches the rotor. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull the pins. These came right out, and these have grease on them, guys. See that? We're gonna re-grease them. Evan, you wanna use your grease?
Yeah.
So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna apply liberally. So if these don't spin or move in and out, the caliper gets locked in one position. It wears either the inner or the outer pad down, and you get premature brake wear, and then you end up having to replace your brakes. And then a lot of people will do the same exact thing again because they don't know that. So you end up continually replacing pads, and you're like, why is one pad worn more than the other? Because your pins are not sliding and your caliper cannot float back and forth. So do the right thing. Oh, that was probably too much. Perfect. That's a lot.
Too much lube.
Oh, Evan, don't say that in front of your mom. Right, meow? So what I like to do on these is I like to put a little of this brake disquiet. Now, I don't know how much is left in here because this is pretty old, but this is basically like almost just like AT or RTV, and it insulates this. This stuff is awesome. And you don't need a ton of it. I mean, it may look like I'm putting a ton on, but I'm not.
You just got color in between the lines, like marker.
Yeah. They should make this in a marker. That'd be awesome. So all you're doing is insulating where the piston sits on this. Tap it on with the hammer. Tip-tap the rotisserie chicken right there. Those will probably fall off. Yeah, those are terrible. So anyway, this is the distance. So when it has this much pad left, it's gonna do the old screech ahoy. Let's see if we can get these back in. Fuck you. Alright. For this. So like this. No, come on, dude. Go get me a light.
Oh. Can't get past you. Again.
That's like your mom's, like, always like your beefy body's in the way.
I'll try to squeeze past.
Go around the plasma table side.
Don't put your hand down just in case I knock the car off the jack.
Perfect. Just knock the car off the jack and end me. Then I don't have to work on your girlfriend's cars anymore. Let's just be honest. This isn't what I had in plan today. If these things don't move in and out here, and you like slam them in, they're too tight. These are good quality pad. I'm going to show you something. If you can't slide these, you're going to take your grinder and you're just going to knock off the edge right here so you can move these in and out. Sometimes you got to take off a shoulder depending on how these are made. These actually seem pretty good. So now that we had, those pads had a little bit of wear, so what you're going to need to do is compress this piston back in. So you can put a pad on it, you can use a C-clamp, I use like slip joint. You know, these are called channel lock, slip joint pliers, water pump pliers. People call them all kinds of things. You should be able to easily compress this. See it go back in? If you can't easily compress this, you could have a ring inside where the piston is. You're gonna want to replace the caliper. This caliper looks like it was maybe in the ocean for 3 to 4 years, but the hose is still pliable. It actually has, somebody put a hose on this. This is an aftermarket hose. So I got hose in different area codes. So now, right now, this thing should slide right back over because we made room, and it does. Now what you need to do is you got to make sure your pins are in the right position so you can slide these back down, because if they're not, they won't slide over, and then you're gonna be in a world of hurt, Grandma. And your bolts go back in. Sometimes you got to give them a little wiggle to get them lined up. Sometimes you got to hold the inside of the pin. It's gonna go up. You got to give it a little wiggle. But this is how easy this is, guys. It's not going to take you long. So, if you know, I know so many people that are like, oh, I got to bring my car to the shop to have brake pads put on. No, you don't. You don't, I promise. This is how easy this is. Now, what's important here? Making sure your car's supported. It's not going to fall off the jack and kill you. If you got Harbor Freight jack stands, that might happen anyway. We all know that. We've heard the stories, let's be honest. Two tights broke on those. You know, snug them up. Little tappy tap tap. Make sure this still moves, and it does. Guys, that's it. One side. How long did that take us, Evan? 15 minutes?
Not even.
Not even. How many? 15?
10.
10 minutes. 10 minutos. We're gonna go to the other side. We're gonna knock it out real quick. You don't need to see that. We're gonna move on to
oil change.
we're gonna do an oil change. We're not gonna show you guys that, but we are gonna show you charging the air conditioning in this thing. He watched one side, now he's gotta do the other himself. So.
Both grab pins are off.
Yep, you took your bolts out, right?
Yep.
So now what do you gotta do? Gotta get that caliper out of there, right? So did you watch me when I did that? I pried on this. What did I use?
Use a screwdriver.
Screwdriver, right?
He's moving.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna move so you don't poke me in the face. And you don't want to hang that caliper, right?
Nope, we want to have it rest on something.
You might have to lift it up. Okay, yeah.
Got it. Alright, so...
So you're gonna flip it up here.
I see.
Because you don't want to hang it by that hose. That hose is new, but if, you know, you don't want to hang it by the hose.
Right.
Another thing you don't want to do is you don't want to bang it hard on this dust shield. You're gonna bend the dust shield into the rotor and it's gonna squeak.
Like mine.
Like yours, yours did the same thing.
Alright, so now I gotta get these things off. So.
No, you gotta take the pads out first. Nope.
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 Just pull them out?
Yep. And then pry this way with the screwdriver. No, like this.
Ah,
See, like that, because you want to pry it away. Yeah, now you gotta, those are brand new. Ev, I don't think this is the problem. It might have been that they just didn't insulate these pads, but since you bought them...
Yeah, I mean, we could have not used them.
Oh no, you're using them.
We could have just returned them.
No, it's not my money, it's your money.
I know, I could have.
Suffer. So now you're gonna pop these hogs out, right? Yep. And then the other one on the top. Okay. How many tries does it take? You have 140 plus IQ. How many tries?
That's perfect, isn't it?
You got it, yeah. It has to be, see what you're concerned is, you want to make sure this part is all the way up. This side is not.
Alright, I got this side pinned. You get that up there?
No, it's crooky.
Okay, that's what the, so I was, the squealing was weird because it was from the driver's side. It's a little much.
Oh, okay, just use it as a paintbrush.
Yeah.
But you only want it in the center. Okay.
In the center?
You're gonna wear that.
Happy trees.
Happy little trees. You want to make a circle like the size of this caliper. Man, your hair is everywhere.
Yep.
You ever think about cutting that mop?
Nope.
Okay. It's on your hands. Don't get it on the face of the pad. So you want to make sure that this is the part that would rub the rotor if in fact you ran out of pad. So this is going to sit on here like this in this little see how there's like a recess right there?
Yes, that's what it's for.
Is that what it's for?
I think so.
And then you beat this unmercifully with a screwdriver.
Give me another beer, son.
That's right. I'm gonna turn this six-pack into domestic abuse. All right, now, what do you do before you put these in there? We're gonna wait on that. I just got that all over my hand because you'll have the cap off.
Now, we gotta grease the pin.
Grease the pins. Now, the rubber does not come out, just the pin does, right? So now lube her up. And what did you say earlier?
I said
What
there's
did you say?
no such thing as too much lube.
I'm telling your mom you said that. But she would agree. Okay. All right. Now you don't want it all over the place so it comes out of the boot because you don't want that on the rotors, right? Don't put your hand on the rotor. So put it back in and push it in until it pops onto the rubber boot. No, yes.
No,
yes,
it's coming
yes,
with, it's coming
no,
with it.
yes,
It's coming with
yes,
it.
No, no, yes. I can't.
There we go.
People can't see. No, yeah, you sure? Yeah.
And do a better job with the camera.
I'm not good at this. I've never made a video before. All right, there it is. Okay, that's enough. That's enough of that.
No, it's not.
That's plenty.
Nah, you always gotta be. You gotta be.
You got dirt in it, dude.
I did not get dirt in it.
What is that? What is that?
That's from the caliper. That's from the.
Disgusting. Don't touch the rotor.
That was stuck in
Here,
there.
use the pad. Use the towel.
Give me my napkin.
That's the napkin. Carquest napkin. All right, fire it back in. Let's go. I don't have a minute for this.
Yeah, I do.
This is the longest brake job of my life. All right, so now what you're going to do is you're going to clean your hand off. Is your hand clean? I mean, that's pretty crappy. Where's the towel?
It's on the other side. You didn't bring it over.
Oh my God, baby Jesus. Now they're going to stare at you.
No. They already do that on my job.
They're gonna laugh at you. They're gonna laugh. They're gonna laugh.
Clean off your filthy hands.
I'm gonna rub it all over the camera
You
lens.
absolute animal.
Heathen.
Okay. Meow.
Nasty.
Now you're going to put your pads into the caliper bracket over meow. You may put the other side in if you feel that you're competent to do that. Now, if you have a hard time doing this, you can always turn the wheel out so you can see better, you know? People made all kinds of comments when I had Mom try to do her brakes one time because I didn't turn the wheel out, but I was expecting her to say, well, can I turn the wheel out to make it easier? But she didn't, so she struggle bust, and it was the longest. I think that brake job took like 4 hours.
Oh. Longest brake job.
You're not even close.
I know. I can't see.
Longest brake job in history.
The longest one.
Don't put your knee in the other brake pad because you're going to get gunk all over it.
I'll watch them.
All right, are you done?
Nope.
How about now?
Maybe.
No?
Can't feel shit. There.
Oh, it looks like you're really struggling.
I am really struggling.
Let me see. Let me try. Let me just look. Okay, that was difficult.
Excellent.
All right, so moving on. So you failed miserably at the pad reinstallation portion.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be giving you 3 demerits for that. And now you have to squeeze this caliper in ever so gently. Don't break the boot in it. Squeeze. Use your big boy hands. There you go, Mary. All right, you're in. You're in. Good job.
Yay.
Have you learned anything today?
Nope.
Okay. So now you're going to rotate this back. Now remember, Evan, these pins may be pushed out. The caliper's never going to go back on unless these calipers or these pins are in. Okay? So rotate down. Don't get your fingers stuck.
I'm getting my fingers all over there.
Man, you're making this hard to record because your hands are everywhere. Okay? What do you think? That's probably pretty good. Evan and I thought maybe we could just knock this out outside. And then we're like, maybe we should put it in the garage. Just roll it in. Like, even though we got tons of stuff everywhere. Look at it pouring. It is so bad.
It pays to check the weather.
Every single day on the weekend in Connecticut it rains. It has for months and months and months. I know you guys hear me say that in the videos. It's got to be the government. That's what I'm going with.
It's God's punishment for the demons.
Oil change complete. The oil in the car didn't look old, but we don't know the history of this car, so when you get a used car, just change the oil. You know what I mean? Just don't play around with that. So what we're looking for here is the low side fitting. It's usually the larger of the lines. That's the suction line. Guys, to do this properly, you put a manifold set on. You would manage the head pressure and the suction pressure. I'm actually a licensed HVAC guy. We're just gonna go by suction. I'm assuming this still has some type of pressure, so we're gonna figure that out. So we're gonna take this fitting off, and we are gonna put on this Hokey gauge, but it's a suction side gauge. This only works if you have 134A in your car, because this gauge is only calibrated for 134A. Evan's gonna hold that. So this is a quick connect fitting. So you're basically lifting like this and pushing down. And the gauge says 0. It's probably not good. Well, this thing's probably out of refrigerant.
Who would thought?
Well, the problem with that is if there's air in it, it doesn't compress, it's not gonna work. So why don't you go inside, turn it on, turn the air conditioning on high, and then we're gonna start filling it. Evan's got the AC on cold. We're gonna put a little refrigerant in it and see if we can't get it to hit the low pressure switch, and hopefully get this thing to take some refrigerant. So I'm giving it pressure from the bottle. The compressor did lock up for a second there. Okay, we need to put more in because it's going too low. This bottle's almost empty anyway. This is not a full bottle. It's hunting because it doesn't have enough. So we're gonna put a little bit more in. And then she's gonna have cold air conditioning. Technically the compressor is running, but it's really low. So we're gonna give it some more. Give it some more to eat. And we're gonna try to get that back up higher into the range where it's be normal. Now it's not really hot out today, so you don't wanna fill it all the way. I think we can put some more in. This thing's empty. It had a little sniff in it, but that's about it. It's emptying the bottle right now. That's the bottle emptying. Yeah, it's drawing everything out of this bottle. That's okay. So basically it took 1 1/4. That's about 1 1/4. Is it cold? That's pretty reasonable. Now, is that the correct way to do it? Not really. Is it the way you can do it in the auto parts store parking lot? If it's 95 degrees out and sweaty? Yeah, it is. What do you think? Yeah, pretty good?
You're not allowed to do maintenance in the parking lot.
Okay. It's cold though.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that took us maybe, I don't know, not even an hour to do everything. You know, used car, pretty inexpensive. Overall, it's in decent shape. The body's in good shape. Owned by an older woman.
70,000 miles.
70,000.
For a 20-year-old car.
70,000 miles for a 20-year-old car. Not bad, right? She's pretty straight. Not any rust that I can see. And it runs great. It sounds good. And now the air conditioning is ice cold.
It's got a little bit of weeping, but...
Yeah, it looks like we got some valve cover leak a little bit here. Or it could be from the PCV. I'm not even concerned about something like that. It doesn't make any noises. The belt's good. The tensioner's good. I think this is a win for Emma and for Evan. Evan, thanks for taking care of her. That's good. You're a nice kid. I'm glad I didn't raise you to be a douche. And we're going to get this thing off the jacks, get it out of here, and then we're going to actually do the same thing with Evan's car with the air conditioning, because his isn't cold either. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Mad Ginger Customs. I know it was a quick one. This isn't actually what we were going to work on this weekend, but Evan was like, Dad, it needs to get done, so let's get it done. Brake pads, real quick pad slap, charge up the AC, throw an oil change on her, make sure Emma's safe, make sure the car stops, make sure she is not sweaty in the summer. So it was that easy, guys. And like, if you guys like the content, you can buy us a coffee with the Buy Us Coffee link. Hit the Amazon links. If you see Evan at the Wyndham Advanced Auto Parts, he'll give you stickers, I promise. So go see him. But just remember, guys, if we can do it,
You can do it.
thanks for watching.